Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Expect the Unexpected, a Hong Kong crime drama action flick from 1998 that was directed by Patrick Yau, the same man who brought us the phenomenal film The Longest Nite from the same year. Now, during the opening scene, we're introduced to a waitress in a coffee shop who seems to be a fan of one particular cop, played by Simon Yam, who shows up on TV. Then we see Lam Suet in his not-so-proficient robbery crew botch a jewelry robbery. They are immediately pursued by a street cop, and Lam's character seeks shelter in an apartment complex. But what he does not know is that the same apartment complex is being used by a member of a much more vicious gang of robbers who have kidnapped and assaulted some women in there. So the cops pursue Lam into this apartment complex and search it, and eventually they come across the apartment by these other guys, and that's when the crap hits the fan. So our two leads in this are Simon Yam and Lau Ching-wan, both of whom play cops who are on the same team. And let me tell you, that's a treat to watch, because in some cases when you have two big-name Hong Kong actors in the same flick, they're pitted against one another. But in this case, it's not how they set it up. They're on the same team. I like that. So Lau Ching-wan actually has a pretty funny entrance as he makes an arrest in a very odd place. It's good. So the protagonist in Expect the Unexpected, all of them, are very pleasant, and their interaction is charming when they're not tangling with the bad guys. So we spend quite a bit of time with these people and get to know them rather well. One brief scene in an apartment reminded me of the Wilson Yip film Bullets Over Summer, which came out the following year. In fact, after rewatching Expect the Unexpected just recently, it really does feel like some of the other crime hybrids from Hong Kong that I've reviewed on this channel. You know, stuff like Bullets Over Summer, Beast Cops, Crazy in the City, etc. Because this one also focuses quite a bit on the interaction between the protagonists. You know, it might not be quite as good as those films in terms of complexity and character development, but it has a similar feel when you're watching it. So if you're a fan of any of the aforementioned titles, that's another reason to check out Expect the Unexpected. Also, the cops in this film are vulnerable and realistic in their abilities, you know, especially during the shootouts. You know, it takes effort for them to take down even one of the bad guys. And on the other hand, you also fear for their well-being because the bad guys are pretty ruthless in this and have no problems shooting cops. So this is a pretty dangerous situation that the good guys are in. Now, in terms of action, there's some good stuff near the beginning of the film and some good stuff near the end. The runtime is only 86 minutes long, but that still leaves us a good chunk of time in the middle for all those character moments that I was talking about. But is this movie truly unexpected? Remember, the title of the film is Expect the Unexpected, so is it unexpected? And I would say at times it is. It is. You know, certain moments do not play out like you think they will, and there are a few genuine surprises to enjoy. In terms of things that could have been done a little bit better, the musical choices I think are a little bit odd at times. You know, the score in particular is more upbeat than you might expect, and occasionally I do think it clashes a little bit with the events on screen. I do like the rhythmic nature of it, especially the end credit tune, but I think that they should have used maybe a little bit more ominous music at certain points when things get, you know, serious. Also, we do not see the villains for a big chunk of time during the middle section. So I think maybe one more additional action scene right in the middle would have benefited the film, or even an additional section just devoted to the bad guys, because we could have used a little bit more time with them, I think. But overall, Expect the Unexpected is a good quality crime flick. You know, I recommend it. It was produced by Johnny To, by the way, and it feels right at home with the types of films that we've come to expect from his involvement, either as producer or director. So after you watch The Longest Nite, which should be your highest priority, you know, check this one out too. It's a pretty good flick. It's available on Amazon streaming in the United States, and as always, I'll see you next time.